MDGs7, ensure environmental sustainability. So first I'm going to talk about what happened in the past during 2000 to 2015 and what we are supposed to do now from 2016 to 2030. And I will finish my presentation with some regional issue about my topic. So first, I have to briefly explain the term environmental sustainability. Do you have any guess about environmental sustainability? Samju? Any idea? So I mentioned some useful quote from someone. We must make every effort to free all of humanity and of all our children and grandchildren from the threats of living on this planet spoiled by human activities and whose resources would no longer be sufficient for their needs. So environmental sustainability deals with two things. We have to pass down our Earth intact, at least no more harms. And we have to maintain natural resources for our future. Yeah, that's it for the environmental sustainability. But very briefly, we can say environmental sustainability is about respect for nature. Respect for nature. You can repeat after me. Respect for nature.
Respect for nature.
Yeah. So, briefly speaking, environmental sustainability is about 자연보호, 환경보호. So it's very broad issue. As you know, we had 8 Millennium Development Goals. The first one is poverty. It's about poverty and hunger. And second one is primary education. And third one is gender equality. And the fourth one is child mortality. And fifth one is maternal health. And sixth was the HIV. And seventh is mine. And eighth is develop global partnership. But unlike other issues, the best thing for my topic is doing nothing. Why? Because human destroyed this environment. So doing nothing is the best one. But as you know, we can't give up what we had, what we have now. So we can't give up the well-being. So we have to balance the well-being and the environment protection. This one is presented by United Nations homepage, and this is so the first one is 2.6 billion people have gained access to improved drinking water since 1990. So most of my story will focus on the drinking water problems. So there are 4 targets about inside the goal 7. The first one is integrate the principle of sustainable development into country policies and programs and reverse the loss of environment resources. Yeah, this one is big, but I will not talk about much about this one. And the second one is reduce biodiversity loss, achieving by 2010 a significant reduction in the rate of loss. this is about diversity loss. In the past, where I live, there were frogs and some MDGs. I can see many insects and pond animals in my village, but now we can't see any small creature what we had very familiar with. So biodiversity is very important for our environment. And the third one is health. By 2015, the proportion of the population without sustainable access to safe drinking water and basic sanitation. So this one is very big. And drinking water and basic sanitation with safe method. So why safety is important is that in Africa, they have to make effort to get a clean water and clean sanitation. For example, many people died just because they wanted to drink water and urinate or defecate. It's very weird. It sounds weird, but that was true. And it's happening right now. Yeah. So the third one is very big issue in this goal. And the first one is achieve by 2020 a significant improvement in the lives of at least 100 million slum dwellers. 빈민촌 같은 걸 없애자는 얘기겠죠. This is not the main topic in my speech, but anyway, there was 4 goals. And in the 15 years of effort, they achieved a lot. And some they succeeded and some they failed. So from these, more than 2.1 billion people and almost 1.9 billion people respectively have gained access to improved water resources and sanitation facilities since 1990. Yeah, that's a big improvement. And 2 things was not a big success, such as the emission of carbon dioxide. It's the trend is rapidly increasing, and it causes, as you know, global warming issue. And then 1 billion people continue to practice open defecation. Yeah, not protected sanitation. It's like what we did in China, right? And which is a major health and environmental hazard. But nevertheless, we gained some successes like 2.1 billion people gained access to clean drinking water, and 2.5 billion did not have basic sanitation. And some other statistics shows that forest cover increased from 33% to 41%, and the total number of households with access to clean water increased from 78.1% to 97.4%. Yeah. Anyway, these 15 years of effort was very successful by former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. He said 2015 is a milestone year, and we will complete the Millennium Development Goals. We are forging a bold vision for sustainable development, including a set of sustainable development goals, and we are aiming for a new universal climate agreement. So, even though we completed 15 years effort, but the issues are still remain. So now we have 15 divisions more in details from 8 global issues. Yeah. Of those, my topic, the 7th one, ensure environmental sustainability, subdivided into 6 small global goals. They are first. They are number 6, clean water and sanitation, and number 7, affordable and clean energy, and number 12, responsible consumption and production, and number 13, climate action, number 14, life below water, and number 15, life on land. Yeah, this is kind of why I can deal with just today. So I just focused on the number 6, clean water and sanitation. Because still 785 million people remain without even basic drinking water services. It's based on 2017 statistics, and 1 out of 4 healthcare facilities worldwide lack basic drinking water services. Even in the healthcare facilities such as hospitals, and by 2030, 700 million people could be displaced by intense water scarcity, and 2 billion people live in countries experience the high water stress, and 2 out of 5 people worldwide do not have a basic hand washing facilities with soap and water at home. This is also 2017 statistic. And 673 million people still practice open defecation. Yeah. The majority of them are in Southern Asia, like Indonesia or Vietnam. Yeah. Some are people in there. So the goal is now ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. This is goal number 6. So to ensure this goal, they made some target. Number 1, safe and affordable drinking water. And number 2 is end open defecation and provide access to sanitation and hygiene. And number 3 is improve water quality, wastewater treatment, and safe reuse. And number 4 is increase water use efficiency and ensure fresh water supply. And number 5 is implement integrated water resources management. And number 6 is protect and restore water-related ecosystems. Do you know what is the most important thing is about water? How we can clean our water? How? What is the best thing we can do? Not we can do. The most important thing about water, clean water. What? For water to be clean, it must circulate. Because nature has recovery power. 자정 능력이라는 게 있기 때문에 if the water circulate, it should be clean, right? So, in terms of this, we have 2 regional issues currently. The first one is this. I think everybody has heard about this. 4대강 살리기. This is nuns by the former government, not former, the former government, who is in the prison now. Yeah. For reverse restoration project, that was a controversial issue, but the result was like this one and this one. This is called what? 녹조라떼. And this is green alga. So this was because water didn't circulate. And the next one is more recent. And if you watched news recently, you may have heard about this issue. Japan's radioactive pollutant. Greenpeace blames Japan for irresponsible handling of radioactive waste. Japan and Korea is very close, right? And they are throwing away their polluted water near our ocean. So we must be careful and warn them not to do. So the following news was Seoul offers help in dealing with contaminated water from Fukushima. Yeah, this one is a big issue about the clean water right now. So the next one is just take action, fight for the clean water. Just this today. It's my speech today. Thank you.